New Bray Wyatt rumors are circulating, so we'll see what's the latest with him. We'll also check out what's going on with Roman Reigns, Imperium, and much more. Let's start things off with the rumors of new members coming to Gunther's Imperium faction. So when it comes to any pro wrestling faction in general, an exciting and engaging conversation that the fans always have revolves around the idea of any faction getting new members, and who could possibly fit in with the rest of the group. It's always a fun topic to talk about no matter what. And WWE definitely does make these big additions to these factions from time to time. The Bloodline is a great example of an iconic faction that continued to grow as time went on. It was originally just Roman and Jay, then Jimmy came along, and then Solo Sikoa was added to the group. And when this story is right, when the individual being added to the faction fits in, it just all goes together perfectly. Same thing applies to the Judgment Day. They had their first share of kicking faction members out, bringing new ones in, and they even have a current storyline going on regarding the recruitment of JD. So it's definitely something that has a lot of attention from the fans. And one of those dominant factions going on in current day includes Gunther's Imperium. With Gunther's incredible win-loss career ratio, and the fact that he's quickly on pace to become one of the longest reigning intercontinental champions of all time, he's definitely the perfect dominant leader for the faction. And for a while now, it's been rumored that Imperium was possibly getting new members, but no real names were ever reported. Well, Gunther recently spoke with Steve Fall, and he was asked about the idea of bringing in new members to Imperium. Gunther had this to say about the topic, quote, "We get that question asked quite a lot, to be honest, and I always have to give the answer no. I think it's perfect how it is. I'm a big believer in never changing a running system. I think too much in and out can water a group down a little bit, if that makes sense. I think, yeah, we're all together for a reason, nothing random here. We all are tightly connected in our private life too, especially with Kaiser. Our careers went the same way since we started, and there's history of that group for a long time before WWE. So it's something that was just authentically there. As of right now, I feel like it's good how it is," end quote. So Gunther is saying that if you leave it up to him, he wouldn't add anyone else to Imperium. He enjoys how close they are. It seems like they're almost like a family, and he really doesn't want to add any random individual into the group to mess up that bond. As far as things go for Gunther, and like we mentioned briefly before, all signs seem to be indicating that WWE will have Gunther make history and become the longest reigning intercontinental champion ever. Gunther is just a few weeks away from achieving that milestone, so it seems like the honor of being the longest reigning intercontinental champion will definitely be his after all. Gunther has also been very vocal over the last few months about wanting a match with Brock Lesnar. And considering the fact that Brock Lesnar is a free agent that can appear on both brands, the door to possibly seeing that match one day down the line will remain open, so hopefully we do get to see that matchup in the future. Now let's get into the mix of Bray Wyatt rumors and fan theories, because a lot is currently circulating about Bray. As everyone knows, we're now quickly approaching 5 months since Bray Wyatt's last televised WWE appearance. His last few WWE appearances included one episode of the Firefly Funhouse, where he was teasing the reveal of a big secret. Then he interrupted Bobby Lashley with a video package of the Muscle Man dance. And then Uncle Howdy attacked Bobby Lashley around the same time on Smackdown. And then mysteriously, that was it for Bray Wyatt. No mentions, no references, no anything at all about his status within WWE television ever since February. Just a sudden disappearance followed by reports that he was not medically cleared to compete. So it's been a long few months for Bray Wyatt fans as they've been wondering and speculating about his return. Information has been very bare for months, but it appears like things are starting to pick up momentum. Trusted insiders amongst the wrestling community on Twitter have started to post GIFs and videos of the old White Rabbit clips. which of course is their way of hinting at the idea that Bray Wyatt is returning in the near future. There's still no confirmed time frame for Bray's return, but the big rumors continue to be that his return could take place sometime over the summer months. And considering the current Bray Wyatt return rumors being set for summer, that has made some fans come up with some very interesting theories that have been mentioned before. It was already reported that Bray Wyatt could possibly pick back up his feud against Bobby Lashley, but the fans have another intriguing potential route for Bray Wyatt, and that's of course Roman Reigns. The most recent Universal Champion before Roman's current and historic title reign was Bray Wyatt. Bray lost the title at WWE Payback 2020, just days after Roman Reigns had first returned. And even in the first week of his Tribal Chief era, Roman was already up to some cheating ways. It was supposed to be a triple threat match between Strowman, Wyatt, and Roman. But Roman refused to sign the match contract in time, so the match started without him. Roman then signed the contract on the entrance ramp long after Strowman and Wyatt were already going at it with each other in the ring. And Roman came into the match late to basically play sweep-up duty and pin Strowman for the title that he still has in current day, over 1,000 plus days later. Bray Wyatt never even came close to having a rematch against Roman Reigns, the man who robbed him of that Universal title. So the fan theory that's going around was for Bray Wyatt to make one of those closing segment returns to confront Roman Reigns for revenge 3 years later. Whether it's at the end of Smackdown or the end of a premium live event like SummerSlam, just this massive return for Bray Wyatt to confront Roman and remind him of the past. And like we mentioned last time we talked about this matchup, it would be a rare, fresh matchup for Roman Reigns this deep into his title reign. Being 3 years into this title reign, it's pretty hard to find fresh opponents, but that's exactly what Bray would be. A fresh opponent that Roman Reigns hasn't faced a single time over the last 3 years. Fans have also pointed out that WWE will be hosting their Payback event on September 2nd this year, which is only a few days removed from the 3-year anniversary of WWE Payback 2020, where Roman Reigns first stole the Universal title from Bray Wyatt. So, to come full circle to the original event that Roman first won the title at, against the man he stole the title from all those years ago, would be a pretty insane and poetic narrative. Obviously, Bray Wyatt wouldn't have any real shot of dethroning Roman Reigns, but at least seeing this story unfold and seeing Roman Reigns finally take care of that loose end that's been hanging over him for the last few years would be great to see unfold. And it would be happening right at the perfect time because it'll be a few weeks removed from SummerSlam. WWE always goes all out for SummerSlam, so the first few weeks and months after SummerSlam could get a bit dry until Survivor Series rolls around. But having Roman versus Bray take place during their original meetup of WWE Payback could be the perfect main event for that September premium live event. So it's definitely a very interesting theory and idea that was brought up by the community. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.